There is now a mountain of evidence from the medical and the social sciences that it impacts on people's health outcomes, on their life expectancy, on their educational outcomes.
I see these people struggle just to do the basic healthcare stuff for their children, and that might not just only be subsidised medications, it's also to be able to just keep their home clean and air, sort of ventilated for these children, because it's more than just medicines and things, it's diets involved, the right kind of food, so yeah, you see a lot of struggle there as well.
Poverty-related cases are very common at Starship Hospital.
As I said, infectious diseases would be our biggest link with poverty. Common illnesses like pneumonia, meningococcus, that's meningococcal disease, like the meningitis epidemic that we've just seen. Cellulitis, which is infections of your skin. These are all linked to poverty in one way or another. If you suffer from recurrent illness, so if you're unfortunately a child that actually has recurrent respiratory infections, for instance, you can actually potentially end up with permanent lung damage, and we have very high instances in New Zealand of an illness called bronchiectasis, which is permanent lung damage. There's certainly evidence showing that children that live in poor living circumstances are at risk to having sort of long-term, we call sequelae, so that's consequences. So early childhood illness, if you suffer from either significantly severe illness or recurrent illnesses, you have the potential of going on and maybe not meeting your full potential as an adult.
We should be concerned about child poverty for two reasons. Number one, because it has a huge impact on children and young people and on the future that they will create for us as a society. Secondly, children are people now, have human rights now. I think we have a moral obligation. They are dependent on us as adults. They're dependent on the grown-ups around them to care for them, to love them, to nurture them and make the best for them.
You want to be able to help where you can, where it's practical help. But you want to be able to know too that while you're helping, that these people know that this is their life. We're not going to be in there for too long. And so encouraging them to be the ingenious selves that they are. Everyone has that. I mean, these people survived before we came along, even though it might have been at a level that we did not think was a level that we would probably survive at. For them, that was their reality, and it's to sort of, as you work with them, to open their eyes and sort of encourage them that they can do more for themselves than they really believe they can.
I mean, we don't let our situation get the better of us. I mean, we still, joke around, play, with the kids, and we don't let it get to us. At the moment, my main goal is getting my kids through school, keeping them in school until they're 18. Okay, yeah, I'd love for them to go to university and all that, but I don't really see that happening.
So how can New Zealand help parents and children in poverty?
There's no silver bullet that's going to fix it. Some of it is about supporting sole parents with more income. Some of it is about helping to educate people in low-skilled, low-paid jobs so that they can get better employment. And sometimes it might be a bit of a mix of the two. And I think when we look at welfare policies and social assistance policies, past and projected, they tend to assume this sort of one-size-fits-all solution.
There does need to be a review of the whole benefit system. It is a very complex system. I think there are some disincentives in there. We need to increase the the levels of income that people can earn before they're actually becoming impacted.